Hello everyone, this is Little Black Dragon, and you are watching another installment of Let's Play Dragon Age Origins Dwarven Commoner Edition. In our last installment, we dropped off some things at Soldier's Peak, and there was one part of the Brazilian forest that I had missed on our first trek through here, which is an abandoned campsite behind the Grand Oak. And we are going to investigate it further. You found a comfy bedroll, and Wynne has sensed that there may be magic afoot. So we best be wary. Anyway, moving along, let's investigate the fire pit next. You examine the remains of the fire pit. It has been unattended for several hours at most. The embers draw you in, almost hypnotizing you.
I'm surprised that fire hasn't burned out. We should tend it. Is there a stick about? I am tired.
Stay alert, this could be some kind of trap. The flames emit a sudden warmth, draining your strength even more. You turn away, the chill seeping into your bones. You are exhausted. Alright. Last but not least, the tent. You look inside the tent and are surprised by how dry and cozy it feels. It is clean but empty. What a pleasant place to rest your head.
The elven hunters didn't make this camp. Yet I don't feel very bloody concerned about that. I just want a nap, of all things. Go figure.
No, we can't sleep here. We need to go. It takes all your strength to step back from the tent. A wave of weariness washes through you despite your efforts to resist it. Well, we've investigated everything. Although, in order to proceed, I guess, without coming close to falling unconscious, it is all you can do to turn away from it now. Alright. Let's go. As you turn to leave, you find your steps growing laden. Fatigue tugs at your limbs, and you yawn. It's been a long journey. Perhaps it is safe to rest here?
You know, if it's all the same to you, why don't we sit down for a while? Strange as it sounds, I'd rather camp here before going back out into the forest.
Alright. Let's not fight it. Let's turn around and see what happens. Unable to resist its strange siren call, you trudge back to the tents and quickly collapse and drift off into a blissful sleep. And, of course, there is a single shade. If Wynne is in your party, she is the one to survive. The only one who's not affected. She falls asleep but gets up quickly thanks to her spirit. But we are all knocked unconscious. Luckily, we have the revival ability.
Point me!
Close!
And technically, because we were knocked out, we have injuries.
This won't take long.
In the meantime, Wynne,
I shall do so.
I want you to use stone systems.
Yes. The battle is finished.
With the shade destroyed, the fog seems to lift. The camp that was here is ancient, and the remnants of the shade's victims all lie as if sleeping still.
How long has that spirit lingered there, and how many has it preyed upon? I shudder to think of it.
guessing from the Dalish goods. These are mostly Dalish victims. Let's see what's in the chest. Dalish gloves. And a dust ring. Alright, well, with that, we have completed all we need to, so let's head out of the Brazilian forest and back to the Dalish camp and onward to our own camp to start another round of conversations. Oh, but first... There we go. Let's see. La 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 la. And let's see. Yes. So, with that done, you're probably wondering where we'll go next. Usually, we have the Urn of Sacred Ashes to search for, and we have the Dwarves to go to. Now, actually, what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to take a few people to go fight Flemeth, and then after that, we will head to the Dwarves and see what can be done there. I am actually looking forward to see how much awesome exclusive dialogue you get as a Dwarven commoner, since I haven't actually gotten this far in the game as a Dwarven commoner yet.
You are not religious, yes? You do not believe?
I do, to some extent. It does not govern my life, however. Why do you ask?
Oh, nothing. You are just a very good person, and it shows. And I thought at first you were religious like some of the revered mothers. But no. I thought about it, and I realized that you're not.
I do what I do because I enjoy it. Because I enjoy teaching others, helping them. I do not seek recognition for my works. I do not seek the approval of my peers, nor the approval of a distant god.
That is admirable, doing good for its own sake. Some I knew were not like that. They bragged about what they did, trying to impress others. Oh, Lady Adele, you fed and clothed 20 orphans. How noble. No, it's nothing, Lady Clarabelle. You treated 40 lepers and gave them massages. Like a competition with false modesty. Sickening.
Did Lady Clarabelle really give 40 lepers massages?
Who knows? Lady Clarabelle had strange tastes. I wouldn't be surprised if she did that and more.
Oh, God. That's not creepy at all. Alright. So with that, it is time to return to camp. And it is time to start another round of conversations. And we're gonna pet the dog again. Pet Enzo. Who's a good boy? Yes, Enzo is a good boy. I'm so taking you to Denerim with me. Alright. Starting once around the circle counterclockwise and then going in kind of an arc fashion. We'll start with Zevron.
Here I am.
Here to answer some questions?
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
Well, we were just in the Dalish camp. What's your opinion of the Dalish?
I know little enough of the Dalish other than the fact that my mother was one, or so I was told.
Really?
She had fallen in love with an elven woodcutter and accompanied him back to the city, leaving her clan behind for good. And there, of course, the woodcutter died of some filthy disease, and my mother was forced into prostitution to pay off his debts. Oldest tale in the book.
Zevron, that's horrible.
Is it? It seemed normal enough a tale growing up. No different than the other elven boys in the whorehouse. I didn't know my mother either, of course. She died giving birth to me. My first victim, as it were. We were all raised communally by the whores. It was a happy enough existence, ignoring the occasional beating. Until eventually I was sold to the crows. I brought a good price, so I hear.
So you've said. I'm so sorry, Zevron.
That's very kind of you to say, but it is not necessary. It could have been much worse. Shall I tell you about what happened to the other whorehouse boys who did not fetch a decent price with the crows? Surely your life has not been so idyllic. People like you and I are not the product of happy lives of contentment, after all.
That's true, actually. I haven't had an... Well, Gilda, my character, hasn't exactly had an easy existence. I mean, my sister has essentially been forced to sell herself in order to get impregnated by some noble. And I've wound up working for essentially a part of the Dwarven Mafia, which is not cool. And you know what? The castless get treated like crap back in Orzammar, and that's not cool either. So, I guess you can say that again.
My original point is that my mother's Dalish nature was always a point of fascination for me. Through all the years of my crow training, the one thing of my mother's that I possessed was a pair of gloves. They were of Dalish make, I knew that much, and beautiful. I had to keep them hidden, of course, as we were not allowed such things. Eventually, they were discovered, and I never saw them again.
Has there been... Well, I would... Has there been no joy in your life at all?
Oh, there has been plenty. To tell the truth, it is because I expected nothing more. Still, even I eventually thought that it would be better for me if I ran off to join the famous Dalish when one of their clans drew near Antiva city. Naturally, the reality did not live up at all to the fantasies I had constructed as a boy, staring at those gloves. But such is life. Come, enough talk of the Dalish. Let us move on.
And Zevron approves +5. And we actually happened to pick up a pair of Dalish gloves while we were there. So, since we've got a couple of minutes, let's actually wrap up this video by giving Zevron a pair of Dalish gloves.
Gloves? You're giving me gloves? What for?
Well, they're Dalish gloves, like your mother's.
Maker's breath. You're right. It is like my mother's. The leather was less thick, and it had more embroidery, but these are very close, and quite handsome.
It was nothing.
Still, I appreciate the fact that you even thought of me. No one has simply given me a gift before. Thank you.
Aww. Zevron is so cute when he's being like, oh, you're being nice to me. But then again, who isn't all cute? All of these guys are cute when you're nice to them, so. Anyway. Next on the list is Win. I guess we've got enough time for Win, so let's actually do that.
What's on your mind?
I was just thinking about being a Grey Warden. Actually, after, getting that treaty signed with, upheld, rather, with the elves.
Is something troubling you?
No, actually. I think this was the best thing that ever happened to me. I get to do something in the world. I'm not treated as less than a person because I was born into a lower class in society. This is really the best thing that's ever happened to me.
You are one of the 2 surviving Grey Wardens in Ferelden. You defend all of us, and much rests on your shoulders. It may not mean much to you, but thank you for having the courage to continue to fight.
I don't give up easily.
And that gives me hope.
Oh, that was so cute. Anyway, we are just out of time, so we shall continue our round of conversations in the next installment of Let's Play Dragon Age Origins Dwarven Commoner Edition. Like, subscribe, comment, or favorite, whatever suits your fancy. Thanks for watching. See you next time.